Hi there, Rick Powell here from the Powell Fine Homes Group and Real Broker LLC. Today we're going to talk about things we normally don't talk about on our videos. 5 things you may hate about Idaho. Stay tuned. Today we're going to talk about 5 things you may not like about Idaho. Everybody talks about all the great things, and the list of things to love is very, very long here in Idaho. No question. We've talked about it many times. You'll see many more videos over the years to come and all the reasons we like it and why we think you should live here. However, let's talk about some of the things that don't always get covered in videos so you have full disclosure before you get here. How about that? Number 1, Idaho is a red state. Through and through. There's no two ways about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There are blue pockets here, no question. You've got the north end of Boise, Coeur d'Alene, Sun Valley's got blue parts. But by and large, it's a very red state. I can't remember the last time that I came up to a stoplight where I didn't see a number of Trump stickers. You go drive through neighborhoods, people got the garage doors open, there's Trump flags in them. It's not unusual to see big pickup trucks driving down the street with big Trump flags flying from the back of them. So it is what it is, but it's a red state. You need to know that before you get here. Reason number 2, it's a constitutional carry state, meaning if you're 18 years or older and there's no legal reason to prohibit you from having a weapon, you can carry. You can have open carry on your hip, or you can have concealed carry. And quite honestly, most people are doing concealed carry up here. However, had breakfast at a restaurant not too long ago. Guy had a Colt 45 on his hip. Shopping in Target the other day, another guy walking through, open carry. It is somewhat unusual, but it's perfectly legal. And guns are everywhere. I mean, quite honestly, gun stores in Idaho are like food trucks in every other major metro there is. They're everywhere. So, if guns make you uncomfortable, Idaho may not be your spot. Reason number 3, we have real seasons. Summer gets hot. Last August, we had 25 days over 100 degrees, no lie. This winter, it came quick, and it's probably going to be a 5.5 month winter before all is said and done. We got right out of Halloween, and it just got cold. Usually it doesn't get cold that quick, but honestly, November 1st or 2nd, it started getting really, really cold, and it hasn't warmed up since. Here we are in middle of March. And I believe, yeah, we did. Today, we just broke a record for most continuous days with measurable snowfall. We had 13 days in a row today. That broke a record that went all the way back to 1933. Now, it's not like Montana or far northern Idaho or anything like that here around Boise. I mean, we're not shoveling out feet of snow every time. I mean, right now, Mammoth, I think they've got over 50 feet of snow this year. We're nothing like that. But it's cold, it's wet, and if you don't like cold and wet and snow, you may not like Idaho. If you don't like hot summers, you may not like Idaho. Spring and fall are glorious. Fall in Idaho is spectacular. Honestly, the colors, the animals, just everything. Spectacular. You got to love it. And it's one of the reasons a lot of people move here. But you also got to know it's really hot in the summer, really cold in the winter. Fair warning. Right. Reason number 4, you may hate Idaho. It's spread out, honestly. Boise's okay. The metro around Boise, you can get from one end to the other in half hour, 40 minutes if there's traffic, half hour, less, I don't know. I certainly have picked up my wife. I actually left my house at rush hour, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I've left my house in Meridian, drove down to the airport, picked up my wife, got back here within like an hour and 5 minutes round trip, and then we spent some time at the curb. So traffic, if you're coming from a major metro in Boise, is nothing. If you grew up in Boise, traffic's far worse than it ever has been, and it's a pain in the butt. We understand that. But more in the context of the point I'm trying to make is if you're not going to Boise, let's say you have to go to Twin Falls or Idaho Falls or Sun Valley or McCall or Coeur d'Alene, you're talking hours on the road. Boise to Twin Falls is a couple hours. Going out to Idaho Falls is probably close to 4 hours. Going up to Coeur d'Alene, about 6 hours. You're going to be driving long distances. And a lot of the time, especially when you're heading north, you're going to be on 2-lane mountain roads that are windy, and if it's dark or if it's snowing or if it's getting close to the freezing level after rain, there's going to be snow and ice and things you need to worry about. You just got to know that going into it. It is different than driving in a southern environment where, yeah, you deal with rain, we get that. But frozen roads, black ice, snow on the road, chains on your tires, those are things we deal with here. Going back on the last part of number 4. If you love live music, we really don't get a lot of big concerts here. I think our biggest venue only seats just over, somewhere between 9 and 10,000. Elton John played here in 2019 on his farewell tour, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And he sold less than 10,000 tickets. Not that he couldn't sell more, but the venue, when you put a stage in there, you really don't sell the seats behind the stage. So figure 9,500 seats is as good as you're going to do in the Boise Metro. Most major tours can't be profitable with that few tickets. They need to sell at least 14,000, 15,000 tickets to show profit. So we're not really on their radar. Country music during rodeo season, we do fine. But as far as major rock tours, if you like things like Trans-Siberian Orchestra, you're going to be driving down to Salt Lake City or Seattle or Portland or some other major metro if you want to go see the major shows. It is what it is. Right. Point number 5. Idaho has a serious outdoors culture. There is hunting, there is fishing, there's kayaking, rafting, there's snowmobiling, there's off-roading. Everybody pretty much does something outside. Major camping, you see towed campers everywhere, tent campers everywhere. Everybody in Idaho loves outdoors. Most of it's crammed into between, mid to late April through the end of October, because those are the most temperate months we have. And then once it gets snowing, then you're into skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, things like that. But everybody does something outside for the most part. And if you don't like the outdoors, people are going to say, why not? Something to think about. It is a serious part of the culture here in Idaho. And if you want nothing to do with the outdoors, again, maybe it's not for you. Circling back to the hunting comment, it is not unusual during hunting season, especially during waterfowl season, that as soon as you get close to sunup, it starts becoming legal to shoot. You'll wake up to shotguns all the time. And it's they're not right outside your window or anything, unless you live out on a farm. But, we live in northeast Meridian, not far from Eagle. And every Saturday, Sunday morning during season, we wake up to shotguns. We hear them. They're out there hunting geese and ducks, things like that, pheasant. And totally legal. It's totally fine. It's very cool. Some people don't like that. So fair warning. It is what it is. It's here. It's part of our culture here in Idaho. And you may not like it. So there's 5 things that most people don't talk about, or at least in this context, that you might want to know if you're going to move to Idaho. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like us to cover, because we're happy to put them in a video and get them up as soon as possible. Take care.